Africa's Nile Crocodile. 18 feet of cold-blooded killer. At 2,500 pounds, this reptile can tackle big prey. And when those 66 teeth sink in, they never let go. Adam shares the bad news.
They're really designed to take down large prey. Things like wildebeest and zebra, and they can even take down buffalo. They're incredibly strong animals.
This is 16 foot.
Well, the largest Nile crocodiles are about 18 feet, maybe 19 feet. So this is the sort of size of skull we're going to be looking at.
The good news for you guys is you don't have to leave much room for a brain, because like Adam, they don't have very big ones.
People who work on mammals always say the crocodiles have got small brains, but in fact,
Because they do.
they're actually larger than you think. That's why these animals have been in the position they've been in for 240 million years.
Justin has bitten off a mouthful, transforming a block of polystyrene into an exact replica of a Nile crocodile skull. It takes him a week, but he delivers a 210-pound aluminum monster. Crocodiles don't just bite. They've perfected a dining technique called the death roll.
That's what they do when they really want to kill something.
Since they can't chew, the roll lets them rip off chunks of flesh small enough to swallow. The designers built the metal lion so it could attack at speed. Adam wants his croc to display its own talent.
The thing I really want to be able to see, if you can do it, is to get the whole head spinning, so we can try and generate that torque force to really kind of, you know, rip things, just twist them apart.
What are we doing? We're doing a croc roll. How many seconds? You know, how many
It's
times?
usually 3 or 4 rotations per second. So, Mike, how are you actually going to get the head to spin?
We'll probably use a slew motor, a track motor off the digger.
I'd love to see that spinning. Because that's one thing, I mean, people are always interested in bite force, but the bite's not the thing that
If
kills
it's
the
going to
animal.
make you that happy, mate, we will get a spin.
I want to see
happening
the
for you.
spin.
It'd be quite a neat thing to build, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did what for this one?
The challenge. The metal head must spin through 360 degrees and bite and hold at the same time.
Open up, nice and quick. Just ease it off, short, go.
Time to crock and roll.
This is awesome.
Impressive beast.
Excellent. They've done a fantastic job.
And this little spinning thing.
Yeah, well, that's what happens, you see. Once the ability to do this death roll is just, that's the thing that's going to kill you.
Huh. Now I see they've got this huge hole here. Doesn't impress me much at all.
Well, no, actually, obviously this is where the lion's going to go. It's going to go down the hatch. When you actually look at the crocodile's jaw, these teeth are designed for holding onto things, for grabbing things.
Yeah.
And if you actually look at the gap here between the bones, what you've got is you've got about that sort of size of prey. So, I mean, you'll be able to get my head down there, but only if it detaches my head from my shoulders. So your lion is in big trouble, my friend.
My lion's not really all that afraid of this animal.
The croc's body is a stripped-down excavator called RV2. Hydraulic hoses deliver power and remote control to the head and jaws.
Hey guys, you got this thing up and running here.
What sort of bite force would a croc this big have?
Well, no one's really measured a crocodile of this size before. We've measured a saltwater crocodile just over 15 foot. We got about 3,800 pounds of force. It's about 1.8 tons of pressure that he exerted on that when he bit down on it. So for an animal of this size, we'd really be looking at probably at least 4,500 pounds of force.
So do you think we can calibrate this jaw to meet what we found in the saltwater croc?
Definitely. So I'll give you the load cell, and we'll get it in there.
Sweet.
We'll get Mike to apply some pressure, and I'll start logging the data, and we'll see what happens.
Data from these tests will help the animation team build a virtual...
Okay, well, there's 250 right now.
We need to go a lot higher than that.
There's 450.
Keep going.
There's 600. There's 1,000.
That's usually this thing was big.
That's 1,100 pounds. Keep going.
Hey, what's happened to your mount there, Just?
Whoa, it's bending.
Oh, it's bending, Tiger.
The team hits a snag.
We've got a bit of the ram mountings here.
Whoa, it's bending.
Got a bit of a bend going on. Yeah.
Oh, it is bending.
Building a model that can bite and roll has weakened the body.
Yeah.
If we could have had the rams inside
Well,
the jaw.
to be perfectly honest, it doesn't need to exert that much pressure if it's biting down on a fish or even a wildebeest head or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, 4,000 pounds is really in excess of what it needs.
They drop the pressure and continue.
It's unnecessary. Roll nice if
Yeah.
you leave it as it is.
Well, why don't we try testing something a bit more realistic like a fish or something like that? Okay, guys, let's try.
The croc makes short work of small prey.
This is a big Nile perch. Now, this is much more like the kind of thing that a Nile crocodile of this size is going to be eating. So what he's going to do is he's going to catch it, and he's going to flick it into the back of his jaws where he's got the greatest bite pressure, and then he's going to really bite down on it, okay? Then once he's got it, he's going to flick his head, and he's going to tear it into several pieces. So let's just get him to bite it, shall we? If you want to grab the tail.
Yep. That thing's bigger than you are.
I know. Okay. Right there. Okay. Can you close the jaws? Keep going. Okay, it's looking good.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, open it up. Let's have a look. Let's see what he's done. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's excellent. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You see what he's done here is it's created almost like a dotted line along the side of the fish. Because what they'll do is they'll bite down and it's obviously what it's doing is it's crushing. But when the crocodile flicks its head, I mean, this fish is just going to tear there.
Does he go back for the bits that he thrashes off?
Yeah, what he'll do is, once he's flicked it, the head's going to go one way, the tail's going to go the other way, and he's going to be left with this in his mouth. So he'll swallow that, and then he'll swim over and eat the head and the tail. So might be a bit messy, but it works.
No one's going to complain about his dinner manners, I'm sure. Okay, guys, let's bite something else.
We have a camera.
Yes, let's bite a camera. Yes, let's bite it.
I found some pretty strange things in crocodile stomachs before, but never a whole camera. I found camera lens covers in there before. So I've got my hand inside the croc's stomach now. And it actually feels like putting your hand into a bowl of warm porridge.
3, 2, 1.
Get a good chew.
The score, BioBeast 2, Technology Zip. Put the camera out of the picture.
That's nice.
You go, no?
I'm lost for words.
Sweet, I appreciate it. Thank you. I was hoping for a hat. I mean, I could make the whole outfit.
The bite force test ends with dessert.
I need to give you better footage anyway. Let's crush this thing!
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's have a look at this. Open the jaws. Whoa.
Made light work of it, didn't it?
So that really just goes to show you that the crocodile teeth, they're not that sharp, You see, they've punctured it so it can hold on to this, and it's actually the rest of the bones just crush the cat. Of course, that's actually what the lion's head is going to look like. It's a bit more sanitized version.
Now, to test the crocodile in its element, Jonathan will measure the speed of the death roll.
I see lots of room for muscles. I see lots of structural things. We've shown me the room for the tongue. Just little holes. Is that for the brain?
No,
that must be a real smart animal, I tell you.
They're the only reptiles that have got a cerebral cortex. That's very important. But when they're in the water and when they've got that first strike, that's when they've definitely got the upper hand. If they want to catapult themselves forwards, really they're using their front legs, they're using their very powerful back legs, and they're using the tail, and they just launch forwards like a spring, just straight out. You imagine this animal's about 18 feet long. They can move pretty much that distance in well under a second.
Here you go.
The team will test the metal croc's death roll using a side of beef.
But what are we trying to test here?
If you imagine that this is your lion, and it's just come into the water to have a bit of a drink. Now what he's doing is he's turning around, coming back out of the water. The crocodile's detected the vibrations, it's come up into place. And what he's going to do now is he's going to come out of the water and he's going to grab the lion on his haunches there.
Right.
And he's going to pull him back into the water and then, hopefully,
Give him a spin.
he's going to give him a spin.
Why is it that they actually spin with their prey?
It's the best way of twisting things off. It's literally just to spin it around and it'll break the bone and it'll tear the flesh.
Great, let's give it a go.
Okay.
Step 1. The croc launches its ambush attack.
Okay, here he comes. Yep, here we go. Okay, he's got him. There you go, he's just dragging him back into the water now.
Okay, I've been hearing so much about this roll. This is not a roll.
Well, at the moment your lion is drowning. And just wait, just you watch.
Step 2. It breaks the prey into bite-sized pieces.
And now, here we go. This is your lion. There's not much left.
So this is the bite-sized piece? This is not a bite-sized piece.
It's a big crocodile.
I suppose.
It's a big bite-sized piece.
So what does he do with this piece now?
Well, what he does with this now is it's probably still too big to swallow, so he'll pick it up again, and then what he'll do is he'll flick his head like that and just tear it into smaller pieces. And then he'll just use gravity, lift his head up, throw it back down his throat using inertia.
That's excessive carnage.
Excessive carnage.
That's excessive.
It's from an